Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Rolando, and you have reached Profit from the Pod podcast. This is the inaugural session of my podcast journey. From beginning, ride with me as I learn. I've already started. I will share with you my setup and everything from the inception to what I chose to wear, what microphone, what video camera that I'm using, everything. So let's dive into the first decision I had to make was, am I going to start a podcast or am I not? This is something that I have thought about for a few years now. I knew nothing about podcasts, although I watched podcasts. I really didn't know what went on behind them. So what I did was to make myself more knowledgeable about podcasting. I did what everybody else does. I went to YouTube and I watched YouTube because that's how I learned. I was an elementary school teacher, so I'm pretty in tune about how people learn, and they need to learn in different ways. My way is definitely watching. Some people need to read about it. I need to see it. If I really wanted to start at the beginning of getting a podcast set up, I'd have to be very honest with you. The only thing that I really needed to buy was an OBSBot Meet SE webcam. I had a microphone that I used for my TikTok channel. I had a ring light that I used for that same social media. I am not new to social media. Not that it's important of how many followers I have on TikTok. I have over 10,000. Since I changed my format on TikTok or what my subject matter was going to be, I went from 2,200 to over 10,000 in about 3 or 4 months. So I think coming up with a good podcast subject is important. And how did I find that? I chat GPT'd it. I actually went to chat GPT and said, what are some viral types of podcasts that will enable me to profit? And this was one of those types. The type was informative and journey. So I'm taking you on an informative journey about my podcast transformation. One of the first things that I have for my podcast is my microphone. And I had this microphone from my TikTok days. It's a Samson omnidirectional microphone and it works great. I have a new HP computer. That microphone doesn't work as well as the Samsung, but I could use it as a backup. For lighting, I am using an old TikTok ring light, probably about a 4 or 5 inch ring light. It's unbranded. Pretty sure I got it off of Amazon, no more than $20. It seems to work fine for me now until I need better lighting. That's going to suffice. The webcam that I chose based on YouTube creators' suggestions was the OBSBot Meet SE. I find that you don't need to spend a lot to start with the webcams. The webcams ranged from $19 to well over $300. There's no way I'm spending $300, and I know that buying a webcam for $19 isn't going to be sufficient enough for me. If I was just going to buy a webcam for $19, I would have used the one that is built into my HP laptop. I watched I watched numerous videos on YouTube about which editing software to use, and I spent a lot of time on Think Media, and they seem to rave about Riverside. So I did some more research and I decided that I was going to use it. I am using it now for 14 days free. I really appreciate you coming along on the ride with me, and hopefully you can make some community comments and maybe help me out. Thank you.